All right, diving in. This time you sent in some really interesting stuff. A whole bunch about producing organic
Well, the
acids with
microbes.
microbes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And looking at this, it seems like, I don't know, it feels like this is a really
it is.
fundamental part of a lot of different industries, right?
Oh, absolutely. It really is. It's like we're going deep into industrial biotechnology and how we're using these, well, tiny little organisms to make these really important organic acids.
Okay, so I got to ask, I'm not a chemist.
Yeah.
What exactly are these organic acids?
So basically, they are what we call carboxylic acids.
Okay.
But the really cool part is how we make them. We use microbes and fermentation, which you probably know from like making
Yeah.
bread or beer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we're doing this on a huge scale, like industrial level production.
The material we got really hammered home how many things use these acids. Like, it's a lot. What were some of the ones that stood out to you?
You know, it's crazy. You see them everywhere. You find them in food as additives to make things taste better, or even as preservatives.
To keep food from going bad.
Exactly. Extending shelf life. Like, I'm sure we all have something in our kitchen right now with those in it.
Probably, yeah. But the stuff you sent mentioned these other terms, platform chemicals and monomers. What are those all about?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Platform chemicals, think of them as like the starting point.
Okay.
They're used to make a ton of other chemicals, like versatile building blocks, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, monomers, these are like tiny molecules that link up to form polymers.
There.
Polymers are what make up a lot of the plastics and synthetic materials we use.
Oh, wow.
So these acids, these tiny little acids made by microbes, they're in everything, from food packaging to some of the clothes we wear.
That's way more than I initially thought.
It is.
So the material kept coming back to this one specific acid, citric acid.
Right.
Why is that one so important?
Citric acid's a real workhorse. They make it in huge amounts all over the world, and it's all through fermentation. It's a great example of how efficient and scalable this whole process can be.
I mean, I know I've seen it on ingredient lists. It's in a lot of stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Beverages, detergents, so many things.
So is citric acid like a one-off? Or is this a sign of a bigger trend in industrial biotech?
It's definitely part of a larger trend. The material even had a whole section just on citric acid,
It did, yeah.
which shows you how important it is. It's like a model for how we can use biological systems to make chemicals on an industrial scale.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was even categorized as Industrial Biotechnology IB Unit 3.
So very much a part of that field.
Absolutely. And we see other acids being produced this way too. Lactic acid, which they use in bioplastics,
Okay.
and acetic acid, the main part of vinegar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So zooming out, what's the big picture? Why does all this matter to, someone listening to us?
I think the key takeaway here is that microbial fermentation, this process of using microbes, it's crucial for industry today. It gives us a way to make a whole bunch of these really important organic acids in a way that's, well, it's sustainable.
And citric acid is a great example of that, right?
Exactly.
It's-
It shows just how important this whole biological approach to manufacturing has become. Like, it's everywhere.
It really gets you thinking, huh? Like, look around you right now. All the everyday stuff, your food, the containers it comes in, maybe even the clothes you're wearing.
Yeah.
How much of this stuff relied on those tiny microbes doing their fermentation thing to make those acids? It's crazy.
It is pretty amazing.
Makes you realize how connected biology is to, like, making the stuff that makes up our world.
It does.
Really cool stuff.
It is.
Well, thanks for diving into this with me.
Oh, anytime.
I think that's going to do it for us this time. Until next time, happy fermenting.
Yeah, fermenting. All right, see ya.
See ya.